Thanks for checking out this edition of This Week in the World of Football, coming to you live from the fabulous World of Football Man Cave, located in the center of the football world, Kalamazoo, Michigan. The purpose of this podcast is to promote the game of football in all its many forms, past, present, and future. We hope to educate, inform, and entertain you with the glorious buffet that is the world of football, while also keeping a close eye on the rich history of the game. You can find the show after it's aired live on a multitude of podcasting platforms, as well as right here on YouTube along with past shows. If you want to connect with us, just find us on Facebook, X, Instagram, and Threads. Those links will be down in the episode description. Remember to comment, like, and share this video. If you have thoughts or comments during the show, drop them into the live chat and maybe you'll see your name on screen. If you have questions and they are deemed appropriate, they'll be answered at the end of the broadcast. So without further ado, let's kick off this week's show.
Hello again, everyone. This is episode number 430 for January 27th, 2026. I'm your host, Randy Snow. Let's see. On this week's show, getting ahead of myself. On this week's show, the matchup is set for Super Bowl 60. The International Arena League has released its 2026 schedule, and Miami Hurricanes linebacker Mohamed Toure will return to the team for an 8th season of college football this fall. But I'm not here all by myself. Across the internet from me, in a snowy part of Kalamazoo today, is my son Adam.
Man, it is terrible out there. It's white out. I don't know how everybody else is dealing with this in the other states and other cities. I know Dale in the chat was talking about how cold and snowy it is in Buffalo. Oh, I don't doubt that. So.
Yeah, Buffalo. You win, Buffalo. You win. You've got it worse than we do.
Are you guys starting to regret not having a dome stadium now? I'm just, come on. But no, it's crazy. This has been crazy. Like my wife and I have been talking about how, this is like the longest stretch of like winter I feel like we've had in several years. I'm saying because it seems like we'd get something like this for a few days and then everything melts and you got grass for a few days, snows again, rinse, repeat. But this has been constant for like 2 weeks now, and I hate it.
Yeah, it's been really bad. A lot of times you'll get cold weather, but not a lot of snow. We're getting a lot of snow and cold weather right now, so we're getting hit by both. Usually you get one or the other, but not at the same time.
It's that darn lake effect, Randy.
Well, we're a little ways away from the lake, but yeah, we.
Oh, but we still get it. Don't let nobody fool. We still get it.
Not as bad as those people right on the lake shore, like my sister and her husband.
I was going to say my buddy in Muskegon. Yeah. And so, guys, if you're out in the cold, stay inside, stay warm, and talk football with us here inside where it's nice.
Yeah. All right. Not only do we have this weekly podcast, but we also make YouTube content. We currently have 760 videos on our YouTube channel, with the newest ones being our NFL picks video, the conference finals from last week. We had an episode of Inside the Arena Inside the Arsenal. Inside the Arsenal.
Yeah, we don't talk about that outlet. Nope.
No?
Nope, not them. Not worth your time.
Okay, Inside the Arsenal, episode number 6. And Just Lying Around, episode number 75 last night, the 2025 awards show that you and Kyle finally got together and did.
Yeah. What'd you think of that? You said you were napping during it, even though we pushed the show back to be out of your nap time.
Yeah, I woke up and I said, "Oh man, I missed their show." It was like 5:00 when I got up, but I watched it. It was pretty good. I didn't realize that it was episode 75. I thought you were still like in your 50s or 60s, but I didn't realize you had done 75 episodes now.
We look pretty good for 75 episodes, Randy. And we look pretty good for 430 episodes here. So, I mean, oh my God, hold on. Between those two shows, I've done over 500. Oh my God, Randy, I've done over 500 podcasts. Oh boy.
Yeah. And you still haven't got it right.
Podcast life flashing before my eyes.
And there's always room for improvement. Let's see. Upcoming videos. we've got This Week in the World of Football, episode number 431, coming up next week. And that's about it right now. Everything is kind of winding down for the NFL
Right.
season. And
And
only 2 more episodes after this before we take a little break. So,
yeah, because next week it'll be 431. Then our final picks episode predicting the Super Bowl next week, and then 432 will be our final episode, right? For a while, and then we'll see what kind of Arsenal content we get between now and then. That's
we'll still be doing that. We'll still be making content. It's just not going to be our regular Tuesday at 4:00 show.
Right.
So, we just kind of need a little break to get our heads back together and concentrate on the upcoming arena and indoor seasons coming up. So
it's nice not having a schedule. That's what I'm kind of looking forward to, where I can kind of wing it. Like I'm definitely gonna get bored and look at my wife and be like, "Babe, I need to sit down. I need to do some nerdy stuff in my computer where I make a video."
I haven't done a podcast in 6 days. I'm having withdrawals.
See, this is my podcast hand. It's shaking.
Yeah.
I need that podcast fix, Randy. But luckily, we got a couple shows left. Let's make them memorable. We got a lot of great stuff. Well, the topics are few, but the information inside those topics is huge. Let's get to it.
All right. Let's begin our weekly tour around the world of football. And we're going to start off this week with the only games going on, and that's in the NFL, the conference finals. You want to take it from here?
That's right, guys. It started off on Sunday, the doubleheader, obviously the NFC AFC championship games. 2 different types of games. Dan, I don't know which ones you watched, but we're going to start with the defensive battle in Denver, which saw the New England Patriots come out on top of that one, 10-7. I watched this whole thing. I regret watching this whole thing because it was one of the most, after that first half, it was one of the most boring, ugly, disgusting games I've seen in a while. What I won't agree with is the people out there who keep saying like, "Oh, see, this is why there should be neutral site championship games for the NFC and AFC. Oh, why does the NFL play these crappy weather games at the end of the year to determine their champions when, Denver was clearly the better team?" But get out of here. You got to face the elements. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, both. It gave neither team an advantage. They're both cold weather cities, and they should both be used to playing in that. And
right, what advantage was there in this? I don't think there was. Yeah, it sucks for Denver that they lost Bo Nix the week before. I think if Bo Nix would have played in this game, he would have been enough of a difference, I think, to put Denver over the top.
I think so.
But Stidham made plays. Stidham had a couple of great plays that I was like, all right, if he plays like this, Denver's got a shot, and Denver could be a legit threat. But then he would do something silly and take a bad sack or throw a backwards pass, which that play right there in the second quarter where he got sacked, threw a backwards pass. New England recovered it and they called it a backwards pass fumble. New England got it like Denver's red zone. That was the difference maker. New England couldn't move the ball down the field very well. And if they did, they'd get close to field goal range. And, there's so many missed kicks in this game too. It was just an ugly, brutal game.
Yeah.
But the fact that was the difference maker, that the backup quarterback not holding onto the ball there. And both these teams had chances to win this game, but like the field goal kickers couldn't make it. There was a couple of really ugly kicks. One got blocked, actually. So it was just a very gruesome game. But at the end of the day, look, credit to the Patriots. This isn't the evil Empire Patriots anymore. This is a whole different type of Patriots team. And look, I respect the heck out of Drake May after this game. I really haven't thought much about Drake May all year, despite how good the record of the Patriots was. I thought they rolled over a bunch of subpar opponents to get to this point, but here they are. They're in the Super Bowl. And if you make it to the Super Bowl, I'm sorry, you deserve it. And I think the Patriots did enough in this game to win it. But it was a coin flip game.
Right.
What'd you think?
Well, I watched this game off and on. I cut it in the beginning, and I was bored out of my skull, and I kept coming back to it. And it was always, like either 7-0, 7-7, within a field goal, whatever. And like I said, it didn't change much. And finally, like in the fourth quarter, I watched it because I knew it was so close that it's anybody's game, and I was going to see who was going to make the mistake to win the game. And so I did catch the last part of the game, but yeah, boring. I really don't care for cold weather games. I don't like watching them on TV. I'd rather see a game where the field is at its best for both teams, and this was definitely not that case.
Oh. In the chat, Dale says, "I'm sorry, Adam. I disagree with you. It's still the evil empire. It may be a different regime, but I was hoping they would lose for the next 50 years. I'm sick of this New England, of this team, New England. Look,
Hey,
they're completely different. They are completely overhauled. They were 4-2 for 2 years. New everybody, new coaching staff, other than Josh McDaniels being the offensive coordinator, he coming back. So he might be the one remnant of the evil empire that him and Kraft. Yeah, okay, I get it. But look, I got nothing against this New England team yet. Like, as long as they don't win 6 Super Bowls like that other team did, then I'm okay with it. But my God, I know everybody rejoiced at the fact that we're not getting a Chiefs-Eagles Super Bowl. Crap, the Patriots are back in it. So
yeah, that's all I got for this game.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah. Did you watch the post game championship or the trophy presentation?
Nope.
So Drake May, oh boy, Drake May, you sweet boy. He didn't know what to do with the trophy. He thought he had to give it back to the announcer at the podium, and he's like standing there, and the announcer, who was it, Jim Nance, is like, "No, you take that with you." And he's like, "Oh, okay." And it was hilarious. If you get a chance to go check it out, do it. It was hilarious.
Yeah,
and Mike Vrabel.
I forget which game it was, but they were holding the the NFC and the AFC trophy, and at the end of the game, and I'm looking at that and I go, that is the ugliest, stupidest trophy. They took that great trophy that they used to have for the NFC and the AFC that was made out of wood and it had little metal figures on it, football players.
Yeah,
those were awesome trophies that went back 50 years or whatever, but these new ones, it's like, let's get a couple of straps of metal and make it look like a football outline, and they're ugly. They're ugly. They're terrible. They're stupid. I don't like them.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about those trophies. I wish they would go back or redesign it for something different. Because I do like the old ones, the wood, like you said, the wooden ones that are shaped like a football at the base,
right?
But then it's got like the diorama or whatever you want to call it on the top.
Yeah,
I do prefer those.
Yep, they're terrible.
Anyway,
go back to the old ones.
Okay, I agree. All right, cool. We're on the same page for that one. All right. So that wasn't the only game. Obviously, we also had the Seattle Seahawks beating the Los Angeles Rams 31-27. Now this was a heck of a game. And actually, Dad, I got a story for you. I actually bet on this game.
Oh no,
I wasn't planning on it. Before the game, they posted like a parlay thing on the thing, said, "Oh, here's our FanDuel parlay," and I was looking at it and I was like, "Oh my God, that is completely doable." I got onto my FanDuel account, which I haven't logged into in a long time. Then I found out I had $25 just sitting in there, so I didn't have to move money at all. I already had money sitting there from 2024 apparently, so it's been sitting there for almost 2 years. This $25, I'm like, all right, I'm going to put money down on this parlay, and my bet was, if I got it, I would have made like $150 off of $25. So I was like, all right, as the game goes along, it did have a little thing down there where you could cash out. Because like they were like, it might be getting close, but if you get nervous, you could cash out and still maybe make some money. And I should have cashed out a little sooner because it was saying like $70. So I would have made $50. Even though the bet didn't get completed, but it was good enough to where it was like, you can still cash out and make money. I got it down to $40, so I kind of almost doubled my winnings regardless, because I chickened out at the end, and good thing I did because I wouldn't have gotten it at the end of the day. But that's my story. I don't really gamble a lot, but that's the one I did. It was like Matt Stafford had to throw 255 yards. Check. Puka Nacua had to have a touchdown at any point during the game. Check. Kyron Williams, the running back for the Rams, had to have a 40 yards rushing. Check. The one I didn't get that was getting close was Kenneth Walker III, the running back for the Seahawks, had to have 75 rushing yards. And he was like 30 yards away from it by the time I said no, and I backed out and cashed out because by that time the Rams had the ball quite a bit, and then for whatever reason Seattle wasn't even running it, even though they were trying to get rid of the clock. They were dumping it and throwing it, so I made the right call. Just a little too late. I could have made 30 extra bucks, but so yeah, that's my gambling story. The one gambling story for the year. But anyway, this game, Dad, what'd you think?
Well, it's nice that you're taking up gambling just as your son is about to be born in a few months. Way to go on that.
It was for him. I did that bet. Son, I want you to know I made that bet because it was like an extra $150. I would have gone straight to. Actually, probably would have paid for some of our Disney trip. Never mind. He doesn't get to participate in that yet.
Well, he'll be there. He just won't be out yet. Yeah. So I watched most of this game. I was rooting for Stafford. I really thought he was going to win, and the scenario did happen where he had the ball in his hands with time left, but 25 seconds was not enough time for him to work a miracle. He needed more time than that. So.
Well, no timeouts at that point too. Even I was thinking, like, this is close.
Yeah.
He had a couple of good throws, but man, that
right.
I think if they would have made the catch there that time ran out with because Puka landed in bounds, I think if that would have actually been out of bounds and they didn't have to have, they had that 4 seconds.
Right.
I think Stafford might have been able to. He just needed that one more play, and he just didn't get it. But
one more Hail Mary pass, who knows what would have happened? But congratulations to Seattle, and that was the only game I was really interested in because I was supporting Stafford, and he played well, and just wasn't to be, I guess.
And this was a great game. Like this also could have gone to either team. Like three great games between these two teams all year. This one was fantastic. It was, man, the Seahawks kind of came out early and really made it known, but the Rams were taking shots too. I'm pretty sure that between those two teams, they both threw passes combined that had more yards than that whole first game. Like, good Lord, it was so refreshing to have this game after that first game where there was so many electric plays, so many great players on both sides, making, highlight plays, some great catches in this.
The last graphic that I saw during the game was that both quarterbacks had over 340 yards passing and three touchdowns apiece. So it doesn't get much better than that.
It was a great game. I had no qualms about it. I don't even think there was many officiating things I disagreed with. There might have been a couple. Like I think Seattle definitely got away with a blow to the head to Stafford. I do think there was one play that a Rams player shoved a Seahawks receiver, and they said it was an uncatchable ball. That's why they didn't throw the flag for pass interference. I don't know. It hit him in the helmet. That to me says that was in his catch radius. So I think that should have been a flag. And then almost for Seattle, that player that screwed up and was taunting the Rams sideline.
Oh, yeah.
What dumb, boneheaded. That could have cost his team so bad. And luckily it didn't at the end of the day. But it gave them a first down. And then that very next play is when they threw that Puka touchdown, which I was happy about just from a betting standpoint.
Wow.
I kept turning to my wife. She's like, who are you rooting for? I was like, okay, full disclosure, I did pick the Seahawks to win. But I would like to see the Rams do these things because I need it for the bet. So I was a little extra invested. But look, end of the day, great game. Seattle deserved it. I would have been fine if the Rams would have won. I think either of these two teams, whoever would have advanced, would probably have won the whole kit and caboodle, the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. So, like it's then that sets up the matchup, Dad. Seahawks versus Patriots in Santa Clara. I've been seeing stuff online. This game, obviously, February 8th, NBC Peacock, Big Bunny, Bad Bunny at halftime. Mm-hmm. I saw a lot of people saying these two teams need to pull out their throwback uniforms.
Yes.
For the Super Bowl.
I thought about that over the weekend. Yes. That would be
awesome.
They won't. They both wore
because that's not how it works. But oh my God, if they did, Randy, it could be it could be the greatest Super Bowl uniform matchup ever. if these two teams pull out those throwbacks, I will be so happy. And it would fly in my face because I bought the mini helmets, the regular mini helmets for these two teams to get displayed before the Super Bowl. God dang it, if I have to turn around and go buy the throwback mini helmets, if that's what happens, which I would love to see.
I have the Patriots throwback helmet. I've got both of those.
You got both of them. Nice. Bring those to the Super Bowl party if they do that. But Dale says that would be great. I think they should wear the throwback uniforms and also go Seattle. Yeah, I don't know. The way these two teams played, I think this is Seattle's to lose. But if the Patriots can pull another miracle, I mean, I guess it wouldn't shock me. The Patriots have kind of been that team all year where everybody's underestimating them, and they could be the team that comes out on top. So we'll have to wait and see. But that's your Super Bowl matchup, Patriots, Seahawks.
This matchup doesn't interest me at all. I would have
Nah.
been more interested if the Rams had been in it, but right now I could care less who wins the Super Bowl. I really don't. Matchup is just is uninteresting. I don't care for either of these teams. I can't root for either one of them.
I don't blame you. I mean, I'll have my pick obviously when we do that a week from tomorrow.
Yes, I will too.
But I don't know in terms of rooting for things. A lot of the things I'm rooting for, I guess, are on Seattle's side. It just so happens because it's like, look, give Sam Darnold his ring. This dude's been dogged on for years. Let him get a ring. And then
go away.
Cooper Kupp getting thrown out by the Rams and going to Seattle. I'm kind of like, you know what? Go get another ring, Cooper. Yeah. Like, do it. And then I'm sure there's some other stuff. Kenneth Walker, the running back for the Seahawks, went to Michigan State. I mean, that's another thing, I guess.
Yeah. Well, this is a rematch of a Super Bowl 49, which was won by the Patriots 28-24. That's the only other note I've got on all this.
You think the Seahawks are going to run the ball a lot in this one?
Don't know, don't care. I've already checked out. The season's over for me. I don't care.
All right, well, that's it for the Super Bowl stuff. What NFL news do you want to talk about?
Well, there's been 3 more hirings of coaches. The Steelers have hired Mike McCarthy. That was a bit of a surprise. I don't see him being there for 20 years like the rest of them have been.
No, but what this tells me is, look, McCarthy's not a bad coach.
No,
he had a little bit of a leash in Dallas. I think he's that type of coach that you could give a leash to if you give him. I think, and the Steelers are that organization that will hand out a nice leash to be like, yeah, that's fine. You got 5 years, maybe minimum. Depending on how things go. But interesting hire, especially considering that Aaron Rodgers was just there, and then those two were together in Green Bay. So does he try to keep Aaron Rodgers? Does he move on from Aaron Rodgers? Does Aaron Rodgers do another year of this circus? We'll see. But I don't know. Interesting hire nonetheless. Not who I thought they would go with, but I don't think it's a terrible hire.
Yeah, I really didn't know who they were going to go with. I mean, like I said, that they've had 3 coaches in the last 30, 40 years, and I didn't see anybody out there that I thought could fit into that mold.
Well, even when they hired Tomlin all those years ago, I didn't know who Mike Tomlin was.
True.
I thought it could have been that kind of situation. Like they just hire an up and coming guy that they're like, you know what, we're going to give you time. We trust you.
So. And he kept having a winning season every year, and I think that's what kept him around.
Yeah, well, that'll do it in the NFL.
Let's see, another team, the Ravens hired a new head coach, Jesse Minter. I guess he came from the Chargers. I didn't even know where he came from, but I see him wearing Chargers stuff in that picture.
What was he? He was the defensive coordinator, right? If I'm not mistaken, somebody can correct me.
Don't know. But I've heard the name.
He was also
where he came from.
Yeah, he was also with Jim Harbaugh in. I want to say he was at Michigan. He was a defensive coordinator with him there too. So some Harbaugh ties, even though Harbaugh is not with the Ravens anymore. But interesting hire. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Again, another name I wasn't sure who the Ravens were going to target, but we'll see.
Yeah, and then the Bills, I guess just today, announced that they're promoting offensive coordinator Joe Brady to be the head coach, and that surprised me that they were hiring from within.
Same, especially after that weird press conference the owner gave last week, kind of dogging the coaching staff for picking a wide. Like it was a weird. I don't know if you saw any of that. Utterly bizarre press conference. If I was a Bills fan, I'd be not very happy with my ownership after that. But just interesting that they're going from within. But I'm sure it's somebody that Josh Allen was like, hey, this is the guy. And I'm sure Josh Allen probably had some input. So
I don't know. I don't really see them asking him, but
why not? Come on now. Josh Allen not getting any input. Are you kidding me? I would assume they run a lot of stuff by him now.
Well, my opinion is Josh Allen may not be there very long. I thought they were going to get rid of him as soon as the season was over with because he couldn't get him there, and I was surprised they actually fired the coach. So how long is Josh Allen going to be there? I mean, he's a good quarterback, but can he get you to a Super Bowl? I don't know.
Resident Bills fan in the chat, Dale. No, I am not happy with our ownership. They are becoming the Jerry Jones of the AFC. Wow.
Oh, hush your mouth. Oh man, go wash your mouth out with soap on that one. That's one of the worst things you can say about anybody.
Oh, you're the Jerry Jones of something?
Yeah. All right, so that's 3 more head coach hirings and 3 more to go. The Raiders, the Cardinals, and the Browns still have head coaches they need to secure. So out of the 10 coaching, head coaching changes so far, all we got is left is 3 to go. So
yeah,
we'll see what happens in the next couple of weeks.
I guess we will.
And I guess that's everything for the NFL.
Yeah.
And I'm going to move to college. And the first story that I've got, I need to upload a graphics. This is new for me because normally you do all the graphic uploads. And I downloaded a couple today.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Got to drag Randy into the 21st century. He's learning how to run a show because, you got to also get prepared for this, Randy, when I am not here, when I have a kid, and you either got to run the show or we got to find somebody who's on par or better than me at running a show to help you out because.
Yeah. I don't know of anybody that can do that. Can do what you do.
I do, but you probably got to pay him a boatload of money to jump off the wall to over here to help you out.
Yeah. So I'll let you upload the graphic, but I do have a story about.
What's the story? Because I got a few in the chat. What's the first one?
Western Michigan.
All right, I'll load it. I'll throw it up there.
All right.
Western
Michigan University, right here in Kalamazoo, received 2 votes in the final Associated Press poll rankings to be in the top 25. And I think a couple guys had him as number 25, making the Broncos tied with Wake Forest this year for the 36th ranked team in the country in the final poll of all 120, 30 teams. Western Michigan won the MAC conference, and they also won the Myrtle Beach Bowl. No MAC teams finished in the top 25 this year. So I think that's one of the best seasons that Western Michigan has had since, what was it? The year that they went to the Cotton Bowl.
2017. Yeah.
Okay. 2017. Yeah. I mean, they went undefeated. They went to the Cotton Bowl in Dallas, and we were there for that. And yeah, I'd say, and this kind of snuck up on me too. I mean, the fact that they won the MAC and then went to a pretty decent
game
bowl and won it. So yeah,
and won it convincingly.
Yeah. So that was pretty good. Let's see. Another story that I've got, Penn State. I saw this just today. Penn State lost 47 players to the recently closed transfer portal. Their coach was fired after a 3-3 start this year. And they said that was one of the biggest number of players lost by a single college this year. I don't know if anybody had more, but if it's not the most, it's right up there. But yeah, 47 players. I mean, you figure dress an average of 100 kids, that's almost half your team is gone.
Yeah.
Maybe they were reserves or whatever. I don't know, but 47 players.
It's a lot. Welcome to the new age of college football. Like this is how teams rise and fall, and how a team like Indiana 1 year is the doormat, and a couple years later they are the king supreme.
Yeah.
This is how it's rolling. So a premier prestige program like Penn State, well, I'm not going to say this is going to cripple them. It hurts. It might knock them down a couple pegs, but
well, depending on who they get to replace these guys, maybe Penn State is your national champion next year, and that's a 4th team from the Big Ten that's going to win the national championship.
Maybe
based on what happens with the portal.
According to the conspiracy theories I've seen, it's Iowa that'll bounce back and become the national champion this year. But we'll see.
I don't know
why it's a conspiracy theory. I don't know either. I saw a graphic on X, I want to say, and somebody circled, Michigan and Ohio State and then Indiana, and then it went all the way out to Iowa for some reason. I don't know. Hold on. Or could have Purdue flip it around and make it? Could have Rutgers? Oh, Randy, could Rutgers finally do it? Maryland?
Michigan State. I say Michigan State.
Sparty. We'll see.
Let's see. The third and final story I have from the world of college football is that Miami Hurricanes linebacker Mohamed Toure, I think that's how you pronounce his name, Toure, will return to the team for an 8th season of college football. He started his college football career at Rutgers, you were just talking about that, in 2019. He took a redshirt year as a freshman, giving him an extra year. Following was his COVID year, giving him another year that he didn't play. He then finally got on the field during the 2021 season, where he racked up 51 tackles and 4.5 sacks. During 2022, he suffered a season-ending injury, tearing his ACL. He returned healthy and played in 2023, earning all Big Ten honors. And the following season, he tore his ACL again. I don't know if that's the same one or a different ACL. This past season with Miami is only the second full season he has ever played in college football, earning him a rare 8th year in college football. I mean, you hear about these guys getting a 6th year, and I think that's pretty wild when somebody gets a 6th year of eligibility. But between his injuries and the COVID year when they didn't play much, and redshirt year, he's going to be back for an 8th year. Man,
yeah, Dale in the
good money there in Miami.
Yeah. How do you get 8 years? I thought the max you could play in college is 5.
I guess not.
That's pretty crazy. But this picture right here, I want to just point out to you, really sums up my wife watching a lot of football, is these guys who don't have their shirts covering their bellies, especially a lot of the linemen. She's like, come on. Like, especially watching some of the arena football, there's some of the guys that had the big bellies popping out of their jersey. She's like, what are we doing? Well, I don't want to watch your belly. Like, oh, this is like one of her big pet peeves. It's the guys who cannot cover their tummies with their jerseys, and it's players chewing on their mouth guards. Those are my wife's 2 big pet peeves when it comes to watching football. Because who was it? Somebody was chewing on their mouth guard. Oh, Amon-Ra. She hates it when Amon-Ra is just sitting there like on the bench, and they see him just chewing on his mouth guard. She's like, what are we doing? This is just gross. I don't need to see this. But then it's the shirt thing.
Well, yeah, back in the 90s, that was everybody wore it that way. Everybody had their
midriff.
Yeah. Wide receiver, not so much quarterbacks, but a lot of wide receivers and some linemen, linebackers. Yeah, a lot of players wore that look. But
I think now,
making a comeback.
It was like a very Miami thing too. Like the Miami U, just I always do associate that with them. A lot of. So it didn't shock me when I saw a lot of their players rocking that for the playoffs this year.
Yeah. Okay, I found this story about high school football. The Alabama High School Athletic Association voted to split private and public schools in athletics for championship game play, but it marks the first time in the AHSAA's 104-year history that all members won't compete for championships together. I don't know how I feel about this. There will be 6 public school classifications in football, which is going to make up 362 teams in the state of Alabama, and 2 divisions for private schools for a total of another 60 schools. So public and private, and the largest classification has 17 schools in the private school, and the smaller one has 43 schools. I don't know how I feel about this. I heard a couple of comments after I posted the story on Facebook and X. A couple of people that I know said that that's what was going on in their own state. There's a handful of states that are doing this, and it's getting more popular, I guess. But I don't know. It's kind of like when they went in Michigan here with 8-man football. You got your 11-man football, then they came up with a couple of 11-man divisions, and a lot of schools went to the 8-man because they couldn't field teams anymore. I'm not sure how I feel about it, whether I like it or not.
Yeah. In the chat, Dale says, Randy, that's how they do it in New York. We have a public school division and a private school division, and it's been going on for years. So
yeah, that was a new one on me when I read this. So I didn't know anything about that, but I thought that was interesting and worth mentioning. On the show.
I don't know. I think what they need to do is just throw all 400 schools into a giant bracket at the end of the year, and each week they fight each other or play games until we have one ultimate state champion. That's not feasible, but
Well, that does fall right into your idea that the NCAA should have 2 championships, one for the group of 5 and one for the Power 5,
Yep. Or the
and then
Power 4
everybody's
now.
happy.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
whatever.
tell me that doesn't make sense. I know this keeps coming back. I keep
I
coming back
know.
to it.
I
It
agree
just
with you.
makes too much sense to me. Like, you're not going to let Western Michigan go compete for a national championship,
Right,
or Appalachian State, some of them, unless they have
right.
just the incredible, like, oh, they beat a couple Big Ten schools on their schedule and they run the gauntlet. Like, no, like, the big boys don't want to play with them anyway. And I'm over this Notre Dame crap too, about
Yeah.
them getting in if they're in the top 12 and blah blah blah. They get an automatic bid. Screw
Right.
you, Notre Dame. That's not how it should work. And I think that's stupid. So yes, I do think that clearly there needs to be a gold and a silver, and we just move on from there. And everybody would be happy. Everybody would be happy, Randy. And I can stop talking about it.
Let's see. Did you want to mention the Arena League team in Monroe?
Yeah.
I
Yeah, we
don't
can
have a
bring that.
graphic.
I got
I don't
it
have a
ready to
graphic.
go.
There you go. Okay, you do. All right. See, folks, normally Adam gets all the graphics and he puts them up as needed. With this program we're using, you can only do, what is it, 10 graphics at a time?
Well,
So,
you could do more if you pay more, Randy, but since I
so
don't
we
make
can only
money
do 10 graphics because we're too cheap
unless you
to
want
pay
to
for more.
give me a salary.
So anyway, the Monroe, Louisiana team is going to get their name and logo announced Thursday and Friday at 2 different events, I guess. I don't know if we're going to do the name one day and the logo the next day or something like that. I don't know. But supposedly this Thursday and Friday, we should know their identity. And they're the last
They
of the
got
3 new teams to.
Did you see they got one of the Duck Dynasty guys going to be there, Randy?
I saw that.
Do you think they're going to be called the Ducks, the Monroe Ducks?
I don't know. That could be a bit of a hint,
The Monroe Dynasty? I don't know the names. I have no inside information on this one. But
the Duck Commanders, Monroe Duck Commanders.
The Duck Commanders, is that what you said?
Yeah, because that's what that one guy from that show is. Yeah, he's called the Duck Commander.
Hot take, I don't watch trash TV like that. So.
I don't watch the show, but I'm a little familiar. He was Terry Bradshaw's backup at Louisiana Tech.
Oh, that guy, gotcha.
Yeah. So anyway, look for that Thursday and Friday this week, and then we'll know all the names of the new teams.
I do know this though. Whatever name they go with, I think they're gonna have a fantastic logo made by Foozer Sports Design. I'll just throw that out there.
Yep.
They've been killing it with these other logos, and when they get this one, Monroe will be the final unveiling, and then I'll have to get with Royce and do. We're gonna have to do a lot of the indoor league logo rankings before the season starts. So,
yeah, that should be interesting.
Scott in the chat, like the Nebraska Birdstormers. maybe a duck. Dad, hold on, a duck with an aviator hat and the goggles. Got a duck and a crane, duking it out. Let's do it.
The Quack Attack.
Randy, I'd be down for that. The Monroe Quack Attack.
The Quackers.
I don't know. That's skirting some racial stuff. I don't think we want to get into that.
Whatever. All right, moving on. The International Arena League.
Who?
I don't want to talk about this very much, but they did release their schedule the other day. It's going to be their season's going to begin on Saturday, April 18th, and it's going to finish on Saturday, April 25th. That's a 15-week schedule. And as I was looking at it, you saw the same thing I did. They posted several graphics, and they had all the matchups, and it was so hard to read. Even with my glasses on, I couldn't make out half of these teams unless you stared at it for a long time. But it looks like for about the first 6 weeks, all the teams in the state, the 5 teams in the States, play each other. And then all the teams in Europe play each other for the first 6 weeks of the season. Then after that, then they start, 1 or 2 teams will start crossing the ocean to come over here and play games or go over there and play games. That's about all I took from their schedule. But I think I saw something that they're only, 80 some days away from starting their season. I'm not sure if that's true or not, because The Arena League starts on the 12th, and they were about 100 days when we were talking with George the other day. But still, I don't know what to think about this league. I mean, just because you got a schedule out there doesn't mean these teams are ready to go. The arenas are all, set. And, if they've got a schedule, then they should have all their arenas locked down for all these dates and stuff. But I just don't know.
Yeah. Like Scott says, still not holding my breath for the IAL. And that's where I've been at. You know me, I need to just go out and actually buy like a little red flag, start waving it, because this is nothing but red flags so far. Look, I'm not wishing ill will on this league either, but to me right now, this is where it stands. It's their kickoff is before, like, say, the AF1, who kicks off like a week or two prior to that, or same weekend, April 18th, right? That's like one of the weekends that the AF1 starting. So hear me out. We still don't know what kind of net system, if the International Arena League is going to use a net system. I've heard that they're still trying to toy with the idea. Those nets are not cheap, and I don't see them purchasing that and then having to also ship them overseas to a bunch of teams. I don't see that working. So they're going to get a couple of PVC pipes and hang them up from the rafters. It's going to look like it's going to be indoor football. But if they do manage to get rebound nets, I will call them legitimate arena football. But that aside, between that, we know of how many head coaches, we know of how many player signings, and they kick off the same time as like the AF1, but the AF1 at least, I know they'll have their detractors, but at least they have rosters that have 20 to 30 dudes so far on it. We have arenas in place and coaches and all of that. It's just this IAL hasn't done anything yet to make me believe that it's going to work.
Yep.
I'm in complete show don't tell mode. They're showing a lot of flashy graphics, a lot of flashy production. They're putting a lot on that side, but we've had people jump in our chat before saying this is a sham. Don't trust it. Yeah. Whether or not that's legitimate or not, no idea. Could just be somebody just messing around. But
this is our attitude. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll
show
see.
me.
And like I said, would it be cool? Would it be cool if something like this got off the ground? Sure. If they can make it work, I'd be happy. I'd be into it. I'd try to check some stuff out. But it just, I feel like we've seen this before, man. You can't, walk like a duck, talk like a duck, quack like a duck, and tell me it ain't a duck. Like, it's just, I don't know. I'm in complete wait and see mode. I'm throwing up the red flags until proven otherwise. I'm sorry. So, oh, that's all I really got on this. I'm looking to see if the chat's got anything. Let's see. Dale says, well, if this league is going to take off, they've got to go out and find a TV schedule or internet or YouTube or something. Yeah, that I don't even know what they're planning on doing with that. I really don't. Like I said, I haven't been following them that close. I haven't heard anything about a streaming partner or how these games are going to be played or, presented. So,
yeah, keep talking. I'm still uploading a few more graphics here.
Okay, you're good. And then we can jump off the International Arena League for a second. In the chat, AFL fan 2004 says Nashville Cats signed Bay Area Panthers quarterback Josh Jones. I think he corrected himself. Yeah, Josh Jones this week. Yeah, that's been a hot topic. Is he a trade piece? Like I watched around the indoor football world. The guys over at Shady Sports definitely talked about this topic at length on Saturday. We'll see what happens. That it makes that quarterback room very interesting. Does that put Tyler Kolka's position in doubt? I really don't know. I hope not. But if well, I'll have to wait and see. Is he a trade piece? Is he bait for the Kentucky Barrels? That was another thing that was kind of floated out there. So I guess we'll have to wait and see on that one. So how you doing over there, Mr. Uploading graphics?
I ran out of room. I had to delete one, so I've got to put one more graphic up, and then we'll be set to finish things off here.
You're good. You can delete the other ones too that you have. Okay. So we're done there.
I just need room for one more.
And Slasher, Kulka is number one experience. I get that. I'm sure. I'm just waiting to see if something crazy happens. I'm sure you don't. And those guys made a good point also on that show. Like you don't have the Kulkamania T-shirts, and you don't go out there and promote Kulkamania if you're not going to keep them around. So
yeah,
I'm just it was speculation at the very least. Like part of my brain was also like, oh crap, if they got another good quarterback in that room. Tyler Kulka's from Michigan, Randy. connect the dots there. I mean, I wouldn't hate that, but I think he stays in Nashville. Tyler was great. We love Tyler, friend of the show. He did great in Nashville last year. I can't wait to see him play against him. That's like one of the games I'm looking forward to this year. Taking him on. So, yeah. And then the Firebirds getting Dwayne Brown back. Right? Was it Dwayne Brown?
I think so. Yes.
They got him back this last week. That's awesome. I know people are like, oh no, the Firebirds are reloading. Great. I think that's good. I think the Firebirds being last year's champions in the AF1 and kind of reloading. And I think the rumor is, if it hasn't already been confirmed, that Castronova's coming back. Like, do it. I want the Firebirds to be as good, if not better, than they were last year, because that just means anybody that takes them down, it just makes it that much sweeter. It's not going to be the same if they don't have a Castronova or Dwayne Brown there and a team beats them. It's like, oh yeah, but you beat them without two of like the greatest players to play the game.
Yeah.
Nah, dude, like full strength. And I know Coach Liotta would say the same thing. Like, nah, give me all the firepower. Let's do it. Did I stall enough?
Yeah. I think we're good. Okay. All right, we're going to move on to today's birthdays and anniversaries for January 25th. The first birthday we've got is halfback Fritz Pollard, born on this date in 1894. That's the black and white picture there.
I see the names.
Born on this date in 1894, died in 1986 at the age of 92. Played college football at Brown University, an Ivy League school, for those who aren't aware of that. And he played 6 NFL seasons. He was with the Akron Pros in 1920 and 21. He was with the Milwaukee Badgers in 1922, the Hammond Pros in 1923. And then in 1924, he spent time with 3 different teams, the Hammond Pros, the Akron Pros, and the Providence Steamroller, all in 1925. I guess he missed a year there somewhere. And then it was with the Akron Indians in 1926. He won the first NFL title with the Akron Pros in 1920, and he was the co-head coach of the Akron Pros in 1921. He was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2005, something that was long, long overdue.
Yeah, this was a name. Look, I by no means, while technically I got to renew my membership with the PFRA, I just haven't done it yet.
What?
Like when you go to these PFRA events and like you hear a lot of these guys talk about their books and a lot of the subjects they cover, this is a name that is sprinkled throughout a lot of it. He's such a big prominent figure in football history that I probably can't go a full year without hearing the name Fritz Pollard, like at all, being in this position. So awesome. Great story. And you guys, if you're always curious about it, go pick up one of those books, go learn about Fritz Pollard. It's great.
A lot of websites. There's a Fritz Pollard Foundation, I think, and you can get his whole story from that website. Let's see. The other birthday today, Art Rooney, born on this date in 1901, passed away in 1988 at the age of 87. He was the original owner / founder of the Pittsburgh Pirates, which became the Pittsburgh Steelers. From 1936 until his death in 1998. You got him there with all those 4 trophies from the 1970s with the Steelers. And he was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 1964. Not the inaugural class, but the very next year, Art Rooney went into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And then a player that I remember watching, wide receiver Billy White Shoes Johnson.
One of the greatest nicknames of all time.
And I'm not sure how to pronounce the college. I'm going to say Widener or Widner, Widener, Widener University or Widener University. Selected in the 15th round of the 1974 NFL draft by the Houston Oilers, played 14 NFL seasons. He was with the Oilers from 74 to 80. And then I did not know this, or I must have forgotten it. He played 1 season in the CFL with the Montreal Alouettes in 1981. He came back to the NFL, played for the Atlanta Falcons from 82 to 87, and he finished his career with the Washington Redskins in 1988. Yeah, when I saw that, I couldn't believe that he actually played up in Canada. You'd be surprised at how many NFL players that you've heard of, like Fred Biletnikoff and the quarterback for the Redskins, Joe Theismann. Yeah. They all spent time up in Canada. There was a time when that wasn't that outlandish to go up to Canada and spend a year or two.
Scott in the chat. So glad the draft is not 15 plus rounds anymore. Could you imagine that being televised nowadays, Randy? Good Lord.
The NFL would love it because now instead of a 3-day spectacle, they could make a 4 or 5-day spectacle out of it. Yeah.
That's
and
true.
People would still show up to it and spend time. I think
you're not wrong. You're definitely not wrong.
If the NFL thought they could make money from that, they would do it. They would expand the draft to more than 7 rounds. Okay, now we've got 3 obituaries. This is where we take a moment and honor those who made the world of football a better place. The first one is that of John Brody, a quarterback in the NFL for 17 seasons, has passed away at the age of 90. Brody played college football at Stanford and was the 3rd overall pick in the 1957 NFL draft with the San Francisco 49ers. He played his entire career with the 49ers from 57 to 1973. He was named the NFL's Comeback Player of the Year in 1965 and the NFL MVP in 1970. Brody enjoyed a successful second career as a professional golfer on the Senior PGA Tour and also worked as a broadcaster for both football and golf. He was inducted into the 49ers Hall of Fame in its inaugural class in 2009.
All right, our next obituary is that of Lee Fobbs, a running back in the Canadian Football League and the World Football League, has passed away at the age of 75. Fobbs played college football at Grambling State and played for the CFL's Ottawa Rough Riders and Winnipeg Blue Bombers in 1973, winning a Grey Cup title as a member of the Rough Riders. He also played for the Detroit Wheels of the World Football League in 1974. Fobbs then went into coaching. He was an assistant coach at Tulane, Southern Minnesota, Baylor, Alabama, Texas A&M, Kansas, and Grambling State. He was also the head coach at North Carolina A&T from 2006 to 2008.
No, that was not Southern Minnesota. That was Tulane, Southern, meaning Southern University, and Minnesota. You said Southern.
There's a comma it's because it was at the Southern, comma, Minnesota. It was the way the sentence looked. It was like at the end of a sentence. Yeah. And then it jumped down, so it was all bold. Yep. You set it up weird, so it's your fault.
Yeah, I should have put.
I won't take the blame for that.
I should have put Southern University. That way you would have been separated from the other one. But yeah, and I couldn't find a really good picture of him. All the good pictures of him, like him kneeling with a football, they were so small, and I had to try to make it a little bit bigger, but didn't work out very well. Anyway. Our final obituary today is that of Frank Pitts, a wide receiver in the NFL and the American Football League for 10 seasons, has passed away at the age of 82. Pitts played college football at Southern University. You see, I put that in there because I knew I'd be reading that one.
Uh-huh.
And was selected in the 16th round. There you go, Slasher, 16th round of the 1965 NFL draft by the Chicago Bears. He was also selected in the 4th round of the 1965 AFL draft by the Kansas City Chiefs. He signed with the Chiefs and played for the team from 1965 to 1970, playing in Super Bowl I and winning Super Bowl IV with the Chiefs. He also played for the Cleveland Browns from 1971 to 73, and he finished his playing career with the Oakland Raiders in 1974.
All right, real quick before you move on, Dad, sure. I want to throw this up. So this was John Brody, right? Well, you have a comment here from one Scotty Bud Melvin. Brody was one of my first favorites, him and Greg Landry and Joe Namath. Scotty Budd, obviously, local legend around here, radio personality. I've never met him. Now he knows who I am. Hi, sir. Cool that you watched this.
Everybody has heard the name John Brody, and I never followed his career, but
Scotty Budd.
Yeah, well, yeah. He posted that the other day when he saw the obituary and said that was one of his idols growing up, and so, yeah, I was surprised he spent his whole career with the 49ers. I mean, you just don't do that anymore. Back in the day, you'd spend your entire career with a team if they liked you, if you were still productive. Look at George Blanda. He didn't play with the same team, but they kept him around because he couldn't play quarterback anymore, but he turned into a kicker, and they kept him around. So, all right, upcoming events. You got the Pro Bowl games coming up sometimes this week. I don't know. I don't care. So
no, it's actually... It'll be during next week's show, I think. We have our show next Tuesday, and the Pro Bowl games are that evening, that afternoon, somewhere in there. Obviously, could care less about it. I know Jared Goff has got in there because of Sam Darnold going in, and somehow Shedeur Sanders made it. for some reason. I don't know. That it's a joke. Go watch my video about why the Pro Bowl should die. Like on this YouTube channel.
Sunday, February 8th, Super Bowl 60 in Santa Clara, California, between the Seahawks and the Patriots. And Tuesday, February 10th, our last show before we take a little break and take a few weeks off and gather our thoughts and come back even stronger for the arena and indoor seasons.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's it for our upcoming events calendar right now. Anything else that popped up on your phone or on the internet that you saw that we want to mention before we get out of here?
We'll give the chat a chance if anybody's got any just random questions. We've got a few minutes here. I know we always aim for like about an hour. We're under the hour right now, so if there's no real big important questions or thoughts, we could get out of here a little early. But
yeah, we try to shoot for an hour, but we usually go an hour and 15, hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. I'm not going to say it's one person's fault in particular, but it happens. Yeah, me.
Yeah. You're right.
But yeah, no real breaking news. It looks like, but
no more head
here's a big question. Scott Watson or Randy, have you had a chance to watch Chad Powers yet?
No, I have not. Not seen that. Are you watching that, Slasher? What do you think of it?
I think
if you're watching it.
There's a little bit of a delay, so that as soon as his answer pops up in the chat, I'll throw it up there. But oh, thank you, Dale. You didn't have to do that one. I had to highlight this. This show is way more important than the Pro Bowl games. Word. Yeah. And Slasher says, watched a few. It's decent enough. So
okay.
And Scotty Butt says he liked it. So Scotty
okay.
Butt's back, Randy. Local celebrity, Scotty Butt in the chat. Thank you, sir. Hi, how are you? I'm Adam. That's Randy. It's our podcast.
I know who Scott is. We both spent time in the military.
Everybody knows who Scott is. He's a local celebrity.
And now he's on our show. So what does that make him?
Kalamazoo.
What does that make him if he's on our show?
Well,
bring him down a step.
He's slumming it watching us today. I'll tell you that much. I don't know how long he's been watching, but he can't get that time back.
Okay, well, that's all for this week. Don't forget to check out the World of Football merchandise at teepublic.com. That's teepublic.com for the latest in football-related T-shirts, hats, mugs, and more from our merch store. And remember, folks, some people may love football more than we do, but nobody, and I mean nobody, loves more football than the two of us guys sitting here in snowy Kalamazoo, Michigan, talking about all things football. Join us again next time when we'll try and do a better job. Yeah, right. Until then, I'm Randy Snow.
And I will be working on our 20th anniversary shirts probably sometime.
Oh,
I have a little extra time this week without the live pick show this week. So I'll try to get that done.
Yeah, we'll see if that gets done or not.
We'll see.
All right. We'll see you all again next week.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Thanks again for checking out this edition of This Week in the World of Football. New episodes of the show are posted every Tuesday and can be found wherever good podcasts are available. You can find the World of Football on Facebook, X, Instagram, and Threads by searching for TWOF Kalamazoo or using the links in the episode description below. Be sure to subscribe to the World of Football on YouTube for more great football-related content. Just search for the World of Football Kalamazoo or use the handle @TheWorldOfFootball to find us. Remember, every like, comment, and subscription really does help us out, and we appreciate you for that support. We hope to see you again next time.